So far we have seen the reflection from the plane mirrors and spherical mirrors, that is curved surfaces and all. That means whenever the ray is incident on a surface, it will get reflected back into the same medium. But here we are going to look at one case called refraction. That means when a ray enters from one medium into the other medium, it will be traveling such that the original path is deviated. Therefore, I can define this as the bending of light. The bending of light when it passes through one medium into the other is called refraction. That means the bending of light when it passes from one medium to the other medium. So, how the medium can be segregated? There are two types of media in nature. One is called rarer medium, which is lighter, and the other one is called as denser medium. Other one is called as denser medium, that is heavier. So it is clear for us, as an example, air is rarer medium, air is rarer, whereas water is denser. Water is denser. Similarly, when you compare water and glass, water is rarer and glass is denser. Glass is denser. So comparison with these two, air is rarer, water is denser. But when water is compared to the glass, glass is denser and water will become rarer to that. So here you need to remember two different media are present. So we know that light travels in the vacuum. So the velocity of light, speed of light or otherwise, in vacuum or air is given by 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So this is the standard value to remember. But when it enters into the denser medium, because the rarer mediums are air and vacuum no medium at all. So air and vacuum, very slight variation will be there in case of the velocity of lights. So but when it enters from air into any other medium like water, glass and all, velocity decreases. Let us say C is this is the velocity in air or vacuum, velocity of light in air or vacuum. And here this is the velocity of light, or you can call it as the speed of light because it's a scalar. Velocity of light in denser medium. So obviously C0 is greater than C. So velocity in rarer medium is more than velocity in denser medium. If you take the ratio, it is known as refractive index. The ratio of velocity of light in rarer medium to the denser medium is called as refractive index. Mu is called refractive index. In some textbooks, it is also represented as N. So sometimes it is represented as N also. So refractive index. And how to get this refractive index and what does it mean by a refractive index and how to calculate the refractive index with the help of light motion and all, we have to look at. Before going for that, we should see the case. The bending of light when it passes through one medium into the other is called as refraction, I said. So bending of light. So in what direction the light exactly bends? In order to look at that, we will consider one picture, that is, here there is a boundary. That means there is a water. Here it is the water and this is the surface of the water which separates the air and water. So as I told you, air is going to be rarer medium and water is going to be denser medium. So this is water which is denser. Let us say this is denser. For the sake of convenience, I am just explaining in terms of air and water. And this is rarer. So here it is a normal. Generally all the measurements are taken with reference to the normal only. Let us say So normal, if you taken into the denser medium, so this is the normal. Normal is always perpendicular to the surface irrespective of the medium. So whenever a ray falls with some angle, so actually it would have gone in the same path, like if at all it is the same medium, then it would have gone like this. But here this boundary separates denser and rarer media. That is the reason it will not be traveling in the same direction. In fact, it bends towards the normal. So this is the normal, and here it is this is the actual path, and this is the incident ray. So angle is I, and this is, you can call this as R, refraction angle, and this is undeviated path, and here you need to remember one point. Whenever light enters from rarer to denser, it bends towards the normal, and unlike that, if it enters from denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal. So here, how can you take the case of this? You just take, here is the denser medium. Let us say a bulb is kept inside the denser medium. So as an example, I can consider a light is emerging out of the illuminated body, and the ray is striking the normal with an angle I. Then, since it is moving from denser to rarer, it will bend away from the normal. So this is the refracted ray. This is R. So here you need to remember R is less than angle I, whereas here angle R is greater than angle I. That means when light ray moves from denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal. When light ray enters from rarer to denser, it moves towards the normal. So this bending mechanism is called as refraction. So the definition wise, refraction can be defined as the bending of light when it passes through one medium into the other medium is called refraction. So the bending is depending upon how the light ray is traveling. So this is how you can define the refraction.